Ever wondered what would happen if a spacesuit gets damaged in space? This isn't just idle curiosity, it's a question of life and death, a question of survival in the harshest environment known to humanity. As we push the boundaries of space exploration, understanding the risks and challenges becomes more critical. It's a thought-provoking question that might keep you awake at night. Imagine you're floating in the void and suddenly your suit fails. A spacesuit is not just a fancy costume for astronauts, it's a survival tool, a life support system. Now let's delve deeper into the marvel that is an astronaut's spacesuit. At first glance, it may seem like a hefty, oversized outfit, but in reality, it serves as an astronaut's personal spacecraft. It's designed to mimic Earth's environment, providing the necessary conditions for human life to function. First and foremost, a spacesuit maintains the body's pressure. Without it, the low pressure in space could lead to a condition called ebulism, where the body's fluids start to boil at normal body temperature. So the spacesuit is there to keep our astronauts safe by maintaining a pressure similar to sea-level conditions on Earth. Next up, it supplies oxygen. We all know how crucial oxygen is for our survival. In the vacuum of space, there's no air to breathe. The spacesuit is equipped with a life support system that provides oxygen for breathing and for pressurizing the suit. Then there's temperature regulation. Space is a harsh environment with extreme temperatures. When in sunlight, it can get as hot as 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and in the shadow, it can drop to minus 250 degrees. The spacesuit uses a system of tubes carrying water around the body to regulate the astronaut's body temperature, keeping them comfortable and safe. Communication is another vital aspect of a spacesuit. It's equipped with a radio system, so astronauts can stay in contact with mission control and their fellow space travelers. Lastly, the spacesuit provides protection against space debris. You might be surprised to know that space isn't completely empty. Tiny meteoroids and other debris can pose a significant risk to astronauts. The spacesuit's outer layer is made of a material that can resist small particles and prevent them from penetrating the suit. So a spacesuit is a complex piece of technology, but what happens if it gets damaged? A damaged spacesuit in space isn't just an inconvenience, it's a potential disaster. Imagine being in a car with a slight leak in the tire. It's manageable, right? But now imagine being in the vacuum of space, where every second counts, and the slightest breach could be fatal. That's the reality for astronauts. Spacesuits are more than just a protective layer. They're a lifeline, a portable life support system, and just like any other piece of equipment, they're susceptible to damage. Let's delve into the different types of damages a spacesuit can sustain and their immediate effects. Firstly, one of the most immediate and dangerous threats is the loss of pressure. Spacesuits are pressurized to mimic the conditions of Earth's atmosphere. If there's a breach, the sudden decompression can cause the body's fluids to boil at body temperature, a condition known as decompression sickness or the bends. Not a pleasant experience, to say the least. Secondly, there's the risk of oxygen supply being cut off. Spacesuits come equipped with a life support system that supplies oxygen and removes carbon dioxide. Any damage to this system could result in an astronaut running out of breathable air, leading to asphyxiation. Then there's the danger of exposure to extreme temperatures. Space is a place of extremes. In direct sunlight, temperatures can soar to 250 degrees Fahrenheit, while in the shadow of a planet or an asteroid, they can plummet to minus 250 degrees. Without the insulation provided by the spacesuit, an astronaut could either freeze or burn. Lastly, but certainly not least, is the threat of radiation. Space is filled with high levels of radiation from the sun and cosmic rays. Without the shielding provided by the spacesuit, an astronaut could suffer from radiation sickness or even develop cancer. The results of a damaged spacesuit can be catastrophic. But how does an astronaut handle such a situation? Stay tuned as we delve into the protocols and procedures that can mean the difference between life and death in the unforgiving vacuum of space. In the face of a spacesuit failure, astronauts don't panic, they have protocols. That's right. When you're out in the cold and unforgiving expanse of space, panicking is simply not an option. So, what happens when an astronaut's lifeline, their spacesuit, develops a snag? Let's dive right into it. First and foremost, the protocol dictates an immediate return to the spacecraft. In the event of a critical failure, a prompt retreat is the safest and most viable course of action. But, as we know, space doesn't always play by the rules. Sometimes the spacecraft is too far away, or the damage is too severe. In such cases, astronauts must rely on their training and their emergency kits. Each spacesuit is equipped with a handy emergency patch kit. It's a bit like a high-tech roll of duct tape, but specifically designed to withstand the harsh conditions of space. These patches conceal punctures and tears, buying the astronaut precious time to reach safety. It's a temporary fix, yes, but in space, every second counts. Now, you might be wondering, how do astronauts prepare for such high-stakes situations? Well, they train, and they train hard. They simulate every possible scenario, from minor malfunctions to catastrophic failures. They rehearse their emergency protocols until they can do them in their sleep. They learn to stay calm under pressure, to think on their feet, to trust their training. In fact, their training is so rigorous that it even includes underwater simulation. Why underwater, you ask? Well, the conditions underwater closely mimic those of space, providing astronauts with a realistic environment to practice their emergency procedures. But it's not just about the physical training. Astronauts also undergo extensive psychological training to help them cope with the stress and isolation of space. They learn techniques to stay focused, to maintain their composure, to make critical decisions under immense pressure. So even in the face of a spacesuit failure, astronauts are not helpless. They have their protocols, their emergency kits, their training. They have their resilience, their determination, their courage. But most importantly, they have each other. Because in space, teamwork isn't just a buzzword. It's a matter of life and death. It takes a certain kind of courage to venture into space, knowing the risks involved. Astronauts, the pioneers of the cosmos, are individuals who dare to tread where few have ventured before. They are the epitome of bravery, dedication, and resilience. These are not merely careers for them, but lifelong commitments. Each astronaut knows that the moment they buckle up into their spacesuit, they are stepping into the realm of the unknown. The vast expanse of space, as wondrous and mesmerizing as it is, also holds potential dangers. The threat of spacesuit damage is always looming, and yet they press on. Their dedication is simply awe-inspiring. It's not just about exploring the uncharted territories of space, but about pushing human capabilities to the limit. They face the perils of space with a sense of purpose, a desire to expand our understanding of the universe and our place within it. With every mission, they write a new chapter in human history, stretching the boundaries of our collective knowledge. They are the embodiment of our innate curiosity, our relentless pursuit of the unknown. Their courage is not just about confronting the dangers of space. It's about embracing the challenges, the uncertainties, the possibilities. They are the ones who look at the stars not as distant, unreachable objects, but as destinations waiting to be explored. They are not just explorers of space, but also heroes. So we've understood a lot about spacesuits and what happens if they get damaged. The spacesuit, more than a mere costume, is a vessel of survival. It's a technological marvel that shields astronauts from the harsh realities of space, from extreme temperatures to harmful radiation. But like any piece of technology, it's not invincible. Its failure, whether from a tiny micrometeoroid or a tear, can lead to catastrophic consequences. Yet despite these risks, brave astronauts venture into the unknown, trusting their lives to this suit. They're not just explorers, they're survivors, adapting and innovating even when the worst happens. They manage to repair their suits in conditions that would make the bravest of us quiver. The spacesuit, then, is not just a piece of technology. It's a testament to human resilience, to our thirst for exploration, and to our ability to survive against all odds.